I'm getting drenched. I came to Burnley to start June with a bit of video from the bungalow, and let me just try and get this in behind. That's the map of where I am, the Brun Valley Forest Park. It's got the River Brun, it's got a big lake, and it's also the area that Steve's house looks onto. I'm actually trying to shelter under the trees here. Let me just go back here. And actually I can't tell the difference between being out there in the rain and being under the trees. So I might as well just get wet and hope the camera doesn't get too wet. We're obviously not going to do the Burnley bungalow immediately. Wait till next week. The weather's definitely going to get better. Hope so anyway. So we're going to travel Tuesday. Now, those who watch regularly will know I like alliteration. That's why we have the MM, the Maythorn Monthly, BB, Brian's Bits, and now I've decided to do Travel Tuesday. It may not last, but we're going to go to 4 places this month, and we're going to do it right now so that I can go in and get dry somewhere. See ya. Down by the River Derwent this time. You'll see people flashing by. I walked along the footpath here yesterday by the river and nearly got mown down several times by bikes and scooters and things like that, skateboards. And now we're down by the river. We're probably going to get flown over by birds. But it's a beautiful day. It's the time of year when you don't have to go abroad to get some decent weather. You just have to look at the app on your phone and make sure it's going to stay sunny and then go out. Which is what we did. We got a train down to Derby and we're going to spend some time looking around.
As I was going to Derby all on a market day, I spied the biggest ram, sir, that ever was fed on hay. And indeed, sir, it's true, sir, I never was given to lie. If you'd have been to Derby, you'd have seen him the same as I. This tup was fat behind, sir, this tup was fat before. I should think he stood about 10 foot high, I should think he stood no more. And indeed, sir, it's true, sir, I never was given to lie. And if you'd have been to Derby, you'd have seen him the same as I. Now the wool upon its belly, sir, it spread all around, and every vault as it did take, it covered an acre of ground. And the horns upon his head, sir, they grew so mighty wide. A parson sat betwixt 'em, and his sermon he did cry. And indeed, sir, it's true, sir, I never was given to lie. And if you'd have been to Derby, you'd have seen him the same as I. Now the butcher has stuck this ram, sir, was up to his neck in blood. And the boy what carried the basin, he were washed away in the flood. And indeed, sir, it's true, sir, I never was given to lie. And if you'd have been to Derby, you'd have seen him the same as I.
Okay, so this is the kind of wall art we're seeing in the town centre of Derby. It's not actually a wall, it's a hoarding, and it's quite common these days for people to put up hoardings instead of leaving them all blank and ugly, to get them painted. One of these days I'll find out who does the painting jobs, because that interests me, but I've never looked into it. There is a difference between this, which is obviously artistic and you can tell what the pictures are. This is art, but there's graffiti everywhere as well. I mentioned this while I was in Spain. Graffiti is totally different. I actually took some video of some graffiti down near the river here. It's different because it's usually somebody who shouldn't have done it, who's taken over a surface that wasn't theirs to take over, and puts a load of hieroglyphics and signs it as well. This is art, that was graffiti.
You say We got nothing in common, no common ground to start from. We're falling apart. You say the world has come between us, our lies have come between us. I know you just don't care. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film, and as I recall laughing, we both kind of liked it. And I said, well, that's one thing we've got. I see you.
And as you walk away from the market square, down past the roundabout with the fountain on, you're heading towards the River Derwent. The bus station is in this direction, and also this wonderful leisure area down by the weir. The reason that we spent quite a bit of time here is because we were staying in the Premier Inn. Now, if you look closely, you can see the Premier Inn. And if you look round the building to the other side, you can see that the Premier Inn on the right is overlooking the river. And also in the same building, there's the Holiday Inn, which is looking back towards the town. And just below this building, in fact, stuck right up against it, is the bus station. We didn't catch the bus on this particular day, but we did leave on the V2, the Villager bus, when we finally left the Premier Inn. What I did do was go for a wander around the city looking for the Wetherspoons. Did we eat there later? Well, actually we didn't. We went off down a side street and found the Thai Boran street food. And although this was in an actual restaurant, there was a display at the far end, which I didn't go down and have a closer look at, but our waiter told me that it was an actual exhibition of how things would have been in Thailand originally and the way they sold street food, which incidentally they don't even do in Thailand anymore. We were setting up near the bar, so from time to time we would see various cyclists turn up with their delivery bags. And one guy came in, we thought he had his name on his bag, but Stewart is a company that does deliveries in the area. This is some of the area around the Bullring in Birmingham, and the Wetherspoons was a shot taken at night, which I thought was rather well lit up. And it was when I was heading towards New Street Station to get my next train that I noticed that Wetherspoons was up on the corner of the building. In recent months I've been to this branch for lunch and for tea. It's very handy, let's face it. You come out of there after a meal, straight down the escalator and onto a train. Another important resident of the concourse here is Ozzy the Bull. Some people may remember he was the raging bull from the Commonwealth Games that were held here in 2022. It's an animated bull and people stand round and take photographs in front of it. Can't go too long without having some murals, and these are just opposite the New Street Station, so I crossed over and took pictures of these because they were just a little bit different. Birmingham has a number of electric buses, and even those that aren't electric were very comfortable. I went on about a half-hour journey on this one, and wonderful legroom, very comfortable seats. It's always good to know that it's true what it says on the tin. Birmingham has a very good indoor market and some stalls outside as well, and that's our final look at Brummie. It's quite easy for me to go and see the Leeds-Liverpool Canal in Liverpool, but it takes a bit longer to get up to Leeds and see what it looks like there. This is the map of the area I'm going to explore, and as you can see, we're now 127 miles along the canal from Liverpool. They've built an awful lot of apartments along the River Aire and the canal over the last 2 decades, and now they're trying to make them look more attractive by providing gardens and shrubbery along the river. And if you come into Leeds by train, you can look down on this area, which is where the River Aire and the Leeds-Liverpool Canal run alongside each other. You can cycle or skateboard along the towpath by the canal, or if you've got your own narrowboat, you can go a lot more slowly and just take it easy. This is the map of the area I'm exploring, and the route I took goes along the canal bank under the railway and into the area where this very tall round building is. I would say they've catered for everyone around here. Once you've moored up your boat, there are places to work, there are places to live, there are places to eat and drink. It's just a very nice area and has a nice leisurely, relaxed feeling about it. And yet, within a few minutes, you're back on the train and off somewhere else. If you're travelling between Leeds and Liverpool by train, you tend to go via Manchester Piccadilly. Don't always have to change trains here, but on this occasion I did. And this piano has been here for quite a while. I've seen it on a few recent visits. Not always somebody here playing it, but I guess that the jazz festival that was taking place at the time I filmed this meant that a lot of people had to come and practice. That's my theory anyway. One of the things that frustrates me about filming in railway stations and at bus stops and so on is that the destination boards, the information screens, very often don't come out properly on my videos. Well, this is because they don't really exist. I know that sounds strange. This is Burnley, a place that I go to just outside Leeds, the Burnley bus station, and I'm going to demonstrate what I mean on this, there's electric buses here as well, yes, on this electric bus, as I step through the video frame by frame, and each frame contains a section of the display on the front of the bus. None of the frames contain the whole picture, and when you play at full speed, it's just blurred. Just quickly going to finish off in the place where I started out, getting soaked in the rain. Obvious place for me to head is Costa. Got to have that cup of coffee. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't find Wetherspoons for my lunch. So this is the boot. And it's called that because they have boots on the menu. No, I was joking about that. But look, there are boots on the menu. You just can't order them. The River Brun runs behind and apparently under the town centre. You can see a little balcony thing sticking out at the back there. That's the Bank of Dave. Yes, the Bank of Dave was made into a film on Netflix. An ordinary guy called Dave didn't get his banking licence, just like it said in the film, so he calls himself Bank on Dave now. Dave Fishwick, who made his millions out of minibuses. Anyway, talking of buses, it's time for us to leave, and I'm heading down to the bus station to get a bus out of here.